Hi ladies, so welcome to this bone health class. I've had a few people on Facebook request some classes that will be suitable for people who have been diagnosed with osteoporosis. So this class is suitable. The other thing is that if you're just wanting to work a little bit on your bone strength, some of the exercises in this class are going to help with that as well. So really suitable for most people. So we're just going to do a little warm up just to get started, just to loosen off the shoulders and just to warm up the legs. So if I get you to start with your feet at distance apart, think about spreading out the toes, think about relaxing the feet into the floor, just make sure that you've got equal weight through both sides. Then I want you to think about growing a little bit taller through the legs, and then hands to the pelvis. We're just going to rock the pelvis forward and then tuck the pelvis under. So if I go side on just to show you, we're going to come forward and back. Now don't worry about, don't force the movement, just go within your natural range, but feel the difference between having the back a little bit arched, the back tucked in, and I want you to come to rest, so you've got the length through your tailbone, and your tailbone sort of length through the spine, and your tailbone points down towards the floor. And then we're just going to allow the ribs to float on top of the pelvis, the collarbones to widen, and then just let the arms relax by the side. Fantastic. So starting off, we're going to take a breath in, and we're just going to float the shoulders up, and as we breathe out, let the shoulders relax. Now our shoulders tend to carry a lot of tension, so this is a really nice exercise just to relax around the shoulders. Breath in. And out. Let's do one more. And as we come down, think of that sense of width across the shoulders, and then we're going to take the arms up, and we're going to lift up towards the ceiling, and then we're going to circle round. So breath in as we come up, breath out as we come down, and again, breath in, and breath out. Same but the opposite way, so we go out, and then we draw down the middle. Breath in as we come up, and down the middle. Let's do one more. And fantastic. So from here, we're going to just let the elbows bend, have the palms facing the ceiling, and again, whip through the collarbones as we just take the arms out to the side, and as we bring them back in. Breath out. Breath in. So the thing to watch with this is that we don't let the chest and the ribs come forward and arch the back, so we keep everything nice and lengthened here. And also, as the arms are coming out, we're allowing the shoulder blades to just draw gently in towards the spine. One more. Next one, we're going for a stretch. So we come out, stretch, turn the palms down, palms in, and come back. So breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Again, relaxing through the shoulders. So as the arms come out, we don't want to allow the shoulders to come up. We want to keep them nice and relaxed. One more. And back. And arms come down. Little shoulder roll. Okay, let the arms just relax by the side. We're going to work on our feet. So we're going to lift one heel, and then we're just going to change. And what I'm looking for with this is that the pelvis stays level and we don't get wiggly hips. So we're just going to come gently up and down, lightly touching the heels to the side, and we can just get the arms working a little bit with this one, and my ankle does tend to click a bit, so you may hear that, you may not. Breath in and out. Lovely. And last one, and heels down. From here we're just going to take a little lift through, so we're going to come onto both toes and heel down. So again, you're wanting to try and keep this length through the spine, so we're going to come up and down. You can lightly squeeze the bottom and lightly draw into the tummy. That will keep everything here working to try and keep you balanced a little bit more. So we're coming up and down. We're going to do one last one. If you can hear my ankle clicking, I do apologise. And then come back down to rest. Fantastic. Okay, so we've warmed up our legs, we've warmed up our shoulders, we're just going to warm up our the middle part of our body, and then we'll come down onto the mat and continue our workout. So the last one in standing, we're going to bring the arms across the chest, And we're going to come up nice and tall as we rotate the ribs over the pelvis to come round and then back to centre. So it's a breath out as we rotate and a breath in as we return. Breath out. Breath in. And you can just feel that sort of moving the upper back. Your pelvis might move a little bit, but you don't want to twist it all the way around. You're just trying to get that movement from the upper back. Last one. If we come back to centre, just let the arms relax. We're just going to finish with a stretch to the ceiling. Nice breath in. And down. Fantastic. So from here, we're going to come and have a lie down on the mat. And we're going to start our mat work section on our hands and our knees. And I don't know if you can hear the bird cheeping away in the background. It's very nice here this morning. We've got birds cheeping. It's all going on. Chirping. Yes, they chirp, don't they? They don't cheep. Okay. So anyway. We're going to start on our hands and knees. So we're going to come over and bring our knees nice and wide apart and our hands wide apart. So they're about sort of shoulder width and sort of hip distance apart. Then what we're going to do is we're going to think about relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. And we want to watch that we're not dropping the tummy towards the mat, but similarly we're not rounding the back. We want to try and make the back as level as we can. So imagine you're a table. And the best tables are nice and level, so we're not going to dip in the middle. You can, from there, think about gently sort of drawing the tummy away from the floor without tensing anything, and drawing the shoulder blades in towards the spine. And then what we're going to try and do is keep that position, looking down between the hands. We've got that length through the neck, and we're going to take one hand, and we're going to just gently bring the arm in front, and then bring it back. Keeping everything else nice and still. So we're going to take a breath in before we start. Breath out to lengthen. Breath in to return. Breathing out. So what you'll feel is the weight on that supporting arm. We're going to think about keeping that shoulder away from the ears. And this is a really nice one to work on our strength in our arms, but also on our control around the shoulder. Let's swap sides. So we're going to take the weight across, keeping that control through the spine. We're going to lengthen and come back. Breath out, breath in. Think about your tailbone pointing towards the wall behind you, so you're not dipping the back. And come back. Just take a moment to just check those shoulders aren't creeping up towards the ears, because that's what shoulders tend to do. And then from here, we're going to alternate. So we're going to go forward and down. Swap sides, keeping that control, forwards and down. Breath out. Breath in. A lot of breathing with this. Let's do one more to each side. Try and bring the hands back where they started. I think mine is slowly creeping forward a little bit. You want to end it back where you started. Fantastic. From here, I want you to then sit back and just have a stretch out. Now, it's important when you do this stretch that you don't round the upper back. You want to think about stretching, sort of almost trying to bring your breastbone towards the mat, so you're flattening your upper back. And then from there, we come back into this position again. So from here, just recheck your position. You can have a little rock of the pelvis, find that neutral spine, and then we're going to do some box push-ups. So it's going to work the back of our arm. So for this, you need to keep the weight into your arms rather than having the weight back here, because you won't really feel anything. Think about collarbones wide, length through the spine, gently drawing into the tummy, and then we're just going to let the elbows bend. So we're keeping the weight in the arms, and then we're going to let the elbows lengthen. So breathing out, we come down. Breathing in, we come back. And you should feel that working the back of the arms. So imagine you're in a tunnel. You can't let your elbows go out to the side. So the elbows are going back towards the knees. And similarly, you're not sitting yourself down. Bit of a killer on the wrist, this one. It is really good to work on that arm strength. Now, work at your own level. You can stop at any time. So if you've had enough, do stop. Just watch the shoulders aren't creeping up towards the ears. Keep those shoulders down. Well done, ladies. Let's come back into that shell stretch again to have a little stretch out. And then from there, come up into sitting. I'm going to get you just to give your wrists a little bit of a wiggle one way, and then the other, just make sure there's still some blood going to them, which is always good. And then from here, we're going to come onto our front. Now, when you come onto your front, if you feel any discomfort in the lower back, or you just feel that your back tends to dip in a little bit, grab a cushion or a rolled up towel, and you can pop it just under the tummy, and that will just take the pressure off your lower back, and it will just help you lengthen the spine a little bit. So from here, I want you to come down onto your front, and I want you to think about putting, again, just resting your head on a rolled up towel or a small cushion, and so you can tuck the chin in. I'm going to move this one out of the way. And then from there, I'm going to get you to bring your arms out to the side into a little L shape. So your shoulders are away from the ears again, and your elbows are bent, and then you've got your legs just lengthened in parallel. And then we want to think about this section here. So we want to lengthen the tailbone towards the heels, so we lengthen the spine. And this is the bit, if you feel that it's difficult to do that, grab your cushion and just pop it under the tummy. And then from there, we're going to keep nice and lengthened as we think about lifting through the breastbone, so the forehead just leaves the cushion or the towel, and then we're coming back down. So breath in to prepare, keep the chin gently tucked in, breathe out, and we come up, breathe in and come down. So it's not a massive movement, and what our body's telling us to do is that, lift the head, okay? That's what we want to avoid, because we don't want to strain the neck, and we want to be using the upper back. So if you imagine a little peach under the chin, that you're holding onto nice and lightly as you're coming up and down, and that you're lifting through your breastbone. That's going to get the movement coming from the upper back. So we're breathing out, breathing in. Lower back is staying nice and lengthened. And this is a really nice one to strengthen the muscles at the back of the spine. Also gives your shoulders a little bit of a stretch at the front. Last one. And then come down. Okay, from here we're going to keep our forehead now onto the block or on our cushion. We're going to take the arms down by the side and just let them relax. Lengthen them towards the ankles, so we again take the tension out of the shoulders. With this one, we're going to work on our shoulder blades and the back of our arms again. So keeping that position, I want you to widen through the front of the chest and draw your shoulder blades gently in towards the spine, and then gently let the shoulders relax. So we're breathing out, shoulder blades creep round towards the spine, and then we gently release. So we're controlling that movement, and we're leading with the shoulder blades. So you should feel those shoulder blades moving around the back. So this is level 1. Level 2, as the shoulder blades come round, the arms are going to float and just hover just about hip height, and you're keeping those arms nice and long. Hold it there as you take a breath in, and as you breathe out, the hands float down, shoulder blades relax. And again, so we bring them round, lift and hover and hold. And peel down. Breath out to lift. Breath in to hold. Breath out to lower. So you should hopefully be starting to feel that work in the back of the arms, particularly the top to the upper part of the arm. How's everyone doing? Making sure just you work to your own level, stop if you need to. And if you're still going, let's see if we can do one more. Hold. And relax. Lovely. Bring the arms back round. Just push yourself gently back up onto the hands and knees. And then from there, ladies, we're going to come over onto our back. So make sure you have a cushion just to support your head, and I'm going to get you to roll over onto the back. Fantastic. I do say fantastic quite a lot. Okay, so from here, let's just think about giving ourselves a bit of a stretch. So we're going to bring one leg just gently in towards the chest, keeping the length through the spine. Now you can then alternate and bring the other leg in, or you can bring the other leg in at the same time if you want, just gently stretching. And then always bring one leg back down at a time. From here, let's bring our knees and feet together. Arms are going to come out into a little V shape. And then just make sure that you're not arching your back off the mat and you're not pushing in. You're somewhere in the middle. Let's take a nice deep breath in. And out. Let the ribs gently relax. Let the shoulder blades sink into the mat. And then on your next breath out, I want you to roll the knees to one side, keeping the feet stacked, keeping the shoulder blades on the mat. So you get a little bit of a twist through the waist, and then gently peel back into the mat. Same to the other side. So we're breathing out, breathing in. Now this is a rotation exercise. It's good to work on your flexibility through the spine, but you don't want to try and really over twist and wind everything up. So you don't want to put too much tension on the joints. So just go within your own range, make the movement nice and smooth and gentle. And back. Breathing out. Breathing in. Lovely. Let's do one more to each side just to loosen off through the lower back. A creaky bit of floor as well today. I tell you, it's all going on. And then come back to centre. Fantastic. Let's have a stretch. So let's take one leg down, take the other leg down, take your arms gently over your head, just have a little stretch. Nice breath in. And out. Bring the arms back down, bring the legs back in one at a time, and then just gently roll onto your side. Fantastic. I'm going to come into sitting just to give our arms a bit of a stretch. If you prefer to come into standing, if sitting on the floor isn't comfortable, then please do come into standing. I tend to sit on a couple of blocks or a cushion because I think it just feels a little bit more comfortable on the lower back. Whichever position you're in, I want you to think about coming up nice and tall, nice and wide through the collarbones. And then I'm going to just gently take one arm across, bring the other arm underneath, and again relax that shoulder to get a nice stretch through the back of the arm. Hold it for a few seconds. And same to the other side. With all the stretches, you don't want to force it, you just want to be nice and gentle. So you feel just a comfortable stretch through the arms. And then just bring the arms either by the side or into the lap. Gentle shoulder rolls. Well done, ladies. Let's finish just with a nice deep breath in. So thank you for joining me for that bone health class. So those exercises we're working on our arm strength, a little bit of a strength into our upper back as well, and a little bit of flexibility through the spine. So if you liked that video, we are going to be recording lots of videos on our YouTube channel. So please subscribe to our channel and then you'll be notified as soon as any videos are released. And again, thank you for watching and I will see you really soon.